Hi, my name is Andreea Sofinetti. I'm the recruitment manager at Orange Chapter, and today we're doing something different. Over the years, we've spoken to a lot of dentists about the process of relocating to the Netherlands. We've spoken to them about the challenges, the benefits, and everything in between. And it so happens that time and time again, we've come across the same thought, that the most valuable insight doesn't come necessarily from us, but it comes from the people that have gone through this process. That's also why when someone new is considering this process, I usually put them in touch with Madalina, who is here with us today. And Madalina usually comes in enthusiastically and very generously and gives them personal insight about the process, about how it is like to work in a clinic, to live in the Netherlands, and more details. This really helps people get a clearer picture of what they're getting themselves into. Because as much as I know about the recruitment process, all the bureaucratic details, and everything that has to do with relocating to the Netherlands, I am personally not a dentist, so I cannot give them that perspective. And in our opinion, at Orange Chapter, perspective really matters. So this is really why we're starting these conversations today, to give the current dentist and the future dentist an opportunity to look into the real life experiences of the people who we work with. So without further ado, we have Madalina with us today, who I'm very excited about. Madalina, last time I saw you was during our Christmas party. So welcome. I'm excited about this conversation today.
Thank you. I'm happy you invited me.
Of course. We can get into it right away. We will address you a couple of questions, but let's keep the conversation flowing as naturally as possible. So to start off, a bit about your background. Maybe you can tell us a bit about yourself, where you come from, and why and how you chose dentistry.
Hi, I'm Madalina. I was born in Moldova, but for the last 13 years I lived, studied, and worked in Romania. I chose dentistry because I wanted a stable job, and I thought one day, I need something stable where I can work with people because I would die if you lock me in a room full of papers.
I can imagine that. Most dentists that I talk to like to be hands-on and be around people and be very active. So that's good. I think you chose the right career and the right country for that as well. So tell me, what exactly led you into considering working abroad, into leaving Romania, and why the Netherlands specifically?
In Romania, it's a problem. There are too many dentists, and in Netherlands, there are not enough. So this is a golden combo, and that's why I chose Netherlands. I actually started to think about the opportunity, the idea of moving abroad. I started to research about France and then Belgium, and then I found out about Orange Chapter from a friend, a colleague from university. And in the beginning, I wasn't sure because I said that I don't speak German and it would be probably really hard for me to learn Dutch. But everything has a solution if you are motivated.
So tell me a bit about your decision to move. What exactly led you into deciding to move to a foreign country, and specifically to the Netherlands in this case?
I started my career in dentistry in Romania about 2 years ago, and it wasn't easy. In Romania, it's a big problem. There are too many dentists. The patients are not so educated to prevent stuff. They come only when they have pain.
I've heard this story time and time again.
Yes. So I started to think and to joke, first of all, that if it's not gonna work in Romania, I'm gonna move to France because France is the most popular destination for dentists in Romania, from Romania. When the things started to be harder, I really started to research. And Netherlands was at the moment the best decision because at that moment it was the best option I found. It was the best option regarding work opportunities and also financial.
Okay, that makes sense. And what did you expect before arriving? Did you have certain preconceived expectations that you came with?
I had completely no expectations. First time I visited Netherlands when I had my language exam.
Okay, yeah.
I know it sounds a little bit crazy. So from that, you can really understand that for me, it was all or nothing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was a big risk, but I had nothing to lose.
Madalina, tell me a bit about your first experiences. Like, once you started working here, what felt most different in comparison to what you were accustomed to in Romania?
It was different. The approach, the trust people gave me instantly without needing to prove that I deserve my place here. Um, I'm getting emotional when I talk about this.
Is it something that maybe didn't go well in Romania, or you're sort of comparing the two places, or?
Yeah, it's just about the patience, the trust they give you. In Romania, they asked me, "Aren't you too young to do this?" And here they just sit on the chair, they open their mouth, and they trust that you're gonna do the job good.
Yeah.
And this is amazing. I'm impressed every time.
Yeah, I
And
can imagine.
after 7 months, I'm still surprised.
Yeah, I can imagine it's a good feeling because, of course, here people are impressed with the fact that you studied for 6 years. You've put so much time and effort into it, and you didn't do it for nothing. So, I always tell dentists, why not come somewhere where you're needed, where you're respected and appreciated for the work you do? So maybe you can go a bit more in detail about your experience with us. Maybe you can tell us and tell the viewers, the listeners, how did you come in contact with Orange Chapter?
I was researching for already 3 months. I started with some opportunities for France and then Belgium. I almost signed a contract with Belgium, but then I heard something from a friend from the university, and he said, "Look, I started to work with this company, Orange Chapter. They're doing this and that, and they support a lot. They give me free language course. They also support financially during the studying because it's taking you a lot of time. It's almost a
That's true.
full-time work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you should treat it really serious." Um, and I think I analyzed 1 or 2 weeks and I said, I don't know if I'm capable to learn this language. Looks impossible to me, but if somebody else could do it, I can do it too.
Yeah, and by the way, Madalina, you know that you were one of the best, if not the best, I don't want to say, students in the language course. So I feel like you've outdone yourself and your expectations. So good for you, even though you might have had some maybe second guesses there. But looking back at the whole process with us, maybe what actually made a difference for you during this process?
The fact that I could talk always with you like I would talk with a friend without feeling any pressure. I could just ask anything and I got a response, an answer. It was really helpful also when I could talk with you anytime.
Yeah, it helps that we're both Romanian, so we kind of
so I could just
bond over
express
that.
myself in my
Yeah.
native language. It was
Yeah.
so easy. The moment that gave me the most trust, it was the moment when I was talking with Ton, and I don't remember exactly what I asked, but he said, "You can call me anytime, even at 12 o'clock."
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
But this gives me the hope that I'm not alone here, and I feel that I have a family.
That's true. I think it brings indeed more peace of mind, and we joke that we're open 24/7 because after all, we're working with people, and it's important to sort of be open to these conversations even past the sort of 9 to 5 schedule. So it's good that the tone also emphasized that.
Yeah, and also after we start to work, we are busy during the normal working program.
Exactly.
So we can talk with each other only after
Exactly.
5 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's also a good point. Madalina, was there a point for you when things started to feel a bit more clearer and more manageable?
Yes, there were more moments during the preparing for moving here when you told me that I can go on Sunday. I have the plane on Sunday.
Yeah.
That was the moment I said, okay, this is real.
Yeah.
Until that moment, I think it was like a dream. I'm gonna do this at some point. I'm learning. I did it. I passed the exam. I'm waiting now for the job. Oh, they accepted me. And now I'm really doing it.
It's sort of step by step and slowly everything falls into place. But
Yeah.
before that, it's kind of surreal that it's
Yeah, you
happening.
just prepare, you study. After a lot of years of studying, now I feel sometimes bad that I don't study.
Yeah.
I have these procrastination moments, and I think, why I'm not doing anything?
Yeah. Well, I think as a dentist, you sort of continue always learning in a way, so you won't miss any of that.
Another moment was the moment when I finally found a place to live.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one. Housing. Yeah.
Because before that, it was everything okay and safe, but I was still feeling that I'm a guest everywhere, and it felt that I don't have my place yet, so I'm in the air. And then I found the apartment with your help, and I think this was also a stereotype or information that everybody says on the internet. This was my only source to find things about Netherlands.
Yeah.
This was the most real. I couldn't believe this, but it's really hard to find a place. So that's why when I found the apartment, it felt really calm and
You felt secure finally.
Yeah, I felt secure.
Yeah, indeed, housing is a big issue, and we sort of
it is.
let the dentist know right away, okay, we're going to be there to help you with it, because it's not easy, especially if you're trying to apply for housing from abroad. So yeah, it's very important, and it's very important to have a place to go to de-stress after a long day at work. Yeah.
When I started to receive some feedbacks from the colleagues, from the receptionists, to see back the second time the patients that I saw for the first time this autumn, and I heard good reviews that they are happy to be my patients and they want to come back to me. They want to stay my patients. Also, this is amazing to know. And people are just so nice. They are so friendly and so open, and they really appreciate that I talk in Dutch just after 6-7 months. This is amazing, and I still receive compliments for that.
That's really nice, and I think it's very fulfilling. I always tell the dentists that we work with that even though you make the sacrifice for a couple of months, the fulfillment that you get from being in a clinic and working with people and talking in Dutch with them and seeing their sort of smiles at the end of the day really makes a difference.
Yeah, and it comes later. Always the fulfillment comes later. And also, I tell everybody that contacts me to ask information about the experience, I tell them, and even if you get the exam and you pass everything maybe with 100%, don't expect from yourself to be able to talk fluent in Dutch because you're not a
Absolutely.
native. And maybe for me personally, it's easy to talk with the patients, but then when I have the breaks with colleagues, I have moments when I ask to repeat or to explain a joke.
Yeah.
It's not so funny anymore.
Yeah.
But they are so cute and they always explain, and I'm just lucky to have an amazing teams actually.
We have to be realistic about it. It's not that after 6 months you take the exam and right away you're fluently speaking Dutch. It is a difficult language after all, but you have the help of everyone around you, assistants, patients, your colleagues that know how much effort you've put into it, and they also want to see you keep progressing. So I'm sure they are very patient with you as well.
Yeah, they are patient with me, and I also am patient with them. I don't rush them. Um, I receive feedbacks that I have a lot of patience with people, also with kids, and not everybody have patience with kids.
That's true. That's true.
So in the last time, this is my reputation that I have a lot of patience, and they sent me a lot of anxious patients, kids, and this is nice.
Yeah, I think that's a very good trait to have. And you are someone who's very calm and you bring a lot of warmth. So it's important to have someone like you at every clinic, I think, and someone that can just sort of ease the stress of and the anxiety of patients. So that's great.
This is an illusion, actually. I'm not so calm.
No, no. I mean, maybe at work you are and the way you speak, but we all have different sides, right? We're multifaceted people. So, Madalina, maybe we can talk a bit about the challenges of this process. Maybe you can tell me, what did you find the most difficult or the most challenging at the beginning, anyway?
First month of studying was the most difficult because I still remember first day of having the courses with Ami.
Yeah.
Felt really like a marathon.
Yeah, I hear that often.
I'm lucky I exercised a little bit before that on Duolingo.
Yeah.
And it helped me, but still it was a really hard marathon. It's a big volume of grammatica. But the good part is that Dutch is actually easy.
Yeah.
Dutch
I've never heard
grammatica
that,
is really easy.
before.
It's easier than Romanian language or other Latin languages.
That's true.
And you just have to learn the structure, and the pronunciation is difficult, but the Dutch language itself is not.
And was there a moment where things felt perhaps really uncertain or really just more demanding than expected? Obviously, you mentioned the language course. I think everyone hits a barrier at about 3 months, and the people get like a bit stressed. What am I doing? Where is this going? Did you have one of those moments?
I think in the 4th month, I expected myself to be at a certain level. I should have been at B1, and I use a lot ChatGPT to learn from ChatGPT. Sometimes I also corrected ChatGPT because he was making mistakes. I had some homeworks.
Yeah.
And I sent my homework to ChatGPT and I told him, look, I need to do this. I have to achieve B2 level in this amount of time. And I wanted to check my homework to tell me what's not correct, at what level I am right now, what should I work on to evolve. And it's a little bit a trick. Teach me level C1 phrases. So if I make small mistakes at the exam, I can compensate with C1 level.
Did that work? Yeah. That's a good trick to have. So the next question would have been, what helped you get through that phase? But I think you were doing a bit of self sort of studying as well with the help of the academy.
Yeah, the academy was really helpful. We were studying a lot, talking a lot. Besides that, I watched a lot of Dutch movies. I listened a lot of Dutch music, Marco Borsato, and yeah, I know it's not the best.
So you were prepared for all the party songs in the Netherlands.
Yeah. Actually, in the first week when I arrived, I
Yeah.
was at the hotel, and there was a little party in Terborg.
Okay.
And I went outside, I heard Dutch music, and I was like, oh, I know
This
this
is
song. I have it on my
familiar.
playlist.
Yeah, see, that's amazing. Yeah, what helped you get through the phase of like uncertainty?
I felt stuck after 4 months, and I felt that I can't evolve, that this is my maximum level that I can achieve. And I tried to listen to more music, to watch V's the Mall. And then we started to do also classes with Stella, who is an amazing teacher.
Yeah.
Ami helped us to move from completely zero to B1, and then with Stella we really evolved, and she shared with us a lot of personal experiences. She prepared us not only for the exam, she prepared us for living here. She told us about Dutch culture a lot.
Madalina, maybe you can also tell us a bit about the turning point. When did things start to feel more stable and natural for you here in the Netherlands?
I actually think that this moment is right now because I started to feel more integrated in the teams I work. I started to recognize patients, to feel more comfortable with all the protocols that are here.
I mean, I'm sure it's validating and it makes things sort of, okay, finally fall into place. Now you're just sort of living your normal life here in the Netherlands.
Yeah, maybe it's because I moved again because the first apartment was a short stay.
Yeah.
And now I know here I can stay a longer period of time.
So it's more stable. You feel like you're building roots here as well. Lastly, maybe Madalina, you can tell us, for someone who is considering this move now, what would you tell them before making this decision? What should they consider? What would be the main thing? What would be the advice that you would give them?
When people ask me for informations, I always ask them, why do you want to move? What's your motivation? How are you right now at your current working place? Are you happy with this and you want just to move for better financial opportunities, or do you want another lifestyle, or I don't know, what are their expectation and the motivation of this move? For me, it was all or nothing. For some people, can be maybe a midlife crisis.
Yeah, that's possible. Sure.
I thought a lot of times that maybe because of the lack of my experience, because of studying during coronavirus, I can't make it in Romania. But then I started to see a lot of other colleagues that are that have the same problem that I had, and then I talked also with dentists with 20 or more years of experience, and they had not the same problem as me, but similar problems.
Okay.
And I realized it's not a problem on me.
It's a systematic
I'm not the problem.
Yeah.
The system is a problem. Because right now, it's not what it should be.
I agree, unfortunately, but we're very happy that you chose you chose the Netherlands and you chose to take this step with us. It was a pleasure working with you from the beginning till the end and beyond, because we're still obviously in touch. You just have such a great attitude, and you sort of bring freshness to everything you do and you speak about, and people see that around you and they really appreciate it.
I also want to add that,
of course,
before moving here, you should really think how flexible you can be. What are your expectations? If you think that you know it all and you know better and nobody is as good as you, then you should rethink.
Yeah. Well, I think people put a lot of trust in us. I think there needs to be a mutual trust because the
Yes.
things that you may not know, we're there to answer. And if that basis, if that foundation and that trust is not there, then it can be a problem. But I think we had a great click from the beginning. And you were very patient. You were very flexible with us. And this is something that we ask of all our candidates because it's a process. We work with people, and that's just how it is, really.
I try my best to be patient.
Yeah. Well, I think you were. Yeah. Yeah. I think you were quite flexible and patient
Yeah,
in
I
the
think my
process.
flexibility comes from the fact that I know my level right now,
Mhm.
and I know I'm maybe not in the place to have a lot of big expectations, and I thought that, yeah, it would be nice to work in only one clinic,
Mhm.
but for the beginning, I can accept also to work in 3 clinics. And I see a lot of benefits. I see a lot of different way of working.
Yeah.
I can say that I have a lot of mentors right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I have everywhere somebody to ask, and I can learn a lot, not only from the dentists, but also from the assistants, starting with the language, with advices, with approach. Somebody maybe is too conservative, somebody it's just amazing that you have a lot to learn from everybody.
You have not one team, you have 3 teams
Yes.
to learn from. Indeed. And I mean, as I always say, after you build a foundation as a beginner, the sky is the limit because you're going to have so many opportunities in your future. You really will.
Yes, and I want also to add that the lack of the dentists here is real.
Yeah.
Because in the last month, I had questions from all 3 practices. Do you want to work only here? Because we need you.
Yeah. That's a good place to be
Yeah.
in. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought about maybe, yeah, it would be nice to have only one team and to be only in one place. But it's also nice to interact with more people, to change the atmosphere.
Scenery.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Again, that's a good place to be in. So I'm sure they all want you for themselves, but it's
Yeah.
nice.
And they should be happy with what they have.
Exactly.
And also, I get attached to a team, also to the patients. I think I can't, if I got the opportunity right now to work only in one place, I would think yes, but I also have a great team at the other clinic, and I don't want to give up on that.
I think that's good information for other dentists who are coming to the Netherlands to work here, that they will potentially move in 2 or more clinics, but that's not a bad thing. That's not a disadvantage. That can be a big advantage. You learn more, you interact with more people, and you gain experience in a very short time because of it.
Yeah, it's all that matters is how you see the things.
Yeah.
If you're a pessimist, even the best experience, you can see it wrong.
Yeah.
And if you can see the good in everything, then you can be happy. And I feel really blessed to live this experience, and I'm happy that I did it.
Of course. So I think the lesson and the advice is to be an optimist, I guess. It makes things easier.
Not over optimist.
Not over. With this a bit of realism there as
Yes.
well. Yeah, of course. Madalina, thank you again for being here today, and thank you for sharing your experience with us so openly. I think it's very important for the dentists who will be coming with us in the future to hear more of these voices like yours, because it's super valuable to hear from the source and not only from us, of course. So thank you for your time. We will probably see you again at our next event or something
course.
fun. And in the meantime, we obviously wish you all the best, and we stay in touch as always.
Thank you.
Of course.